So when those days come when stuff isn't happening, and believe me, for us, we have them too, even just
Yeah.
with our little outlet, where like stuff's just not, there's the needle isn't moving at all. So what do you do? Because it's easy to get frustrated. I mean, I get frustrated with.
Again, I focus a lot of my attention, especially those days where it's not working out or it's really slow. I will, again, do the paranormal investigating. I take people out and show them. I do a lot of investigations. I've got a couple coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and so I really keep busy doing that because it's, the uncertainty of acting it's quite frequent.
I'm just curious, are these crime scenes where this is like maybe for someone who's about to buy a new house and there's been reported that there's a death, or how does this work?
Oh no, I mean, like I'll take people out to like really haunted locations. It could be an insane asylum. It could be I'm going to Gettysburg here in about a week. When I filmed Ghost Stalkers, they put us in the craziest locations, prisons, and I would go in by myself. With a camera, much like this, and my sticks, and a handheld camera, and a flashlight, and that's all that I would have as my safety. So I really learned a lot about fear, a whole different kind of fear. But yeah, it could be a number of different kinds of places that are really haunted. I think that ghosts are all around us, spirits are all around us, but we really don't think about it because we think we have to be in a haunted house for this to happen. Well, I think they're everywhere. Just like people.
Do you ever, I mean, because most of the time what I've heard is a lot of the spirits aren't unfriendly, but when you've maybe encountered someone that's been in a bad place before they've passed on, does it affect you?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can walk into one of these places and feel what happened there. Some places make you sick, make you throw up, make your heart race. Yeah, you're dealing with things that we cannot put an answer on. We can't put a label on, It's the supernatural. So, so what was the beginning of the question?
I'm just wondering if sometimes if the energy from someone that's in a lot of pain that hasn't crossed over, maybe they don't fully know that they're dead. You know how
Oh,
they
right.
a lot of spirits,
Right.
Yeah, they don't. Does it ever affect you? Does it ever, because you're absorbing?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it affects me almost every time. And each place can be different in their energy. Sometimes it's a very tame environment, and then you'll go into like an insane asylum, and I'll have a woman laugh in my face that I can't see, and then I jumped like 10 feet back because it knocked the wind out of me. And then I went upstairs to this insane asylum, and I hear this man moaning, and you see me go lockjaw because I just was frozen with fear. And a misconception about ghosts is that if something happens, well, then it's evil, and it's bad. It wants something from me. I felt it touch me. It must be evil, and it's it's usually misconstrued because what happens when a child wants our attention? They pull, they scratch, you know what I mean? So when people get pushed or scratched or pulled, it's just them saying, hey, I'm here. And this is how you're gonna know that I'm here, is by doing something that you're gonna undeniably feel or see. So, and then yes, there are evil spirits, there's bad and good, everything, but just because something happens to us doesn't mean that it's bad necessarily.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did you know that I mean, because mediumship, is that what we're talking about here, sort of? Being able to hear people that have passed on?
Yeah, I guess not mediumship. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. I mean, I guess I'm an investigator, investigator of truth. I want to know what's going on because there are so many weird things in this world that we don't give credit to. We walk around like this is normal. I don't think this is normal. I don't think humans are normal. This has been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years, so it must be okay. But I think that we're the aliens walking around with these goofy limbs and like, oh, how are you? How are you? You know what I mean? I think that's crazy. I do. I think that is bizarre in itself. And a lot of people just write it off daily as being normal, when I think I don't think it is normal. It's a beautiful thing. And I think past that, you know, there are ghosts, there are spirits, there are otherworldly creatures that we just don't give credit to. I think they exist. I've seen a lot of weird things, experienced a lot of weird things that provoke questions. And that's why I do it, because it makes you ask something deeper. You know, when you have an experience, nothing makes you feel more alive when you're dealing with the dead. You know, when you have an experience from a ghost or a spirit or something that has a very serious energy to it, and you feel that you'll never forget it.
Have you had dreams about booking certain roles, or that you weren't going to get them and then it happened?
Occasionally, yeah, I'll have a dream that like I get a call from my manager and it's like, oh, you got the part, you know, and sometimes that doesn't happen, and then sometimes it does, you know, because usually I will know, not always, but when I get sides from an audition, I will know, okay, that's something I'm gonna get, or I'm close to getting, or that's in my wheelhouse. So, you know, again, you gotta pay attention to your intuition.